Happy
Thursday!
Surprise, we're live on Thursday.
Friday Eve.
Yes, well, it's technically my Friday, so it's Friday
Love
for some
that
of
for
us.
you.
Anyways, we're third day live streaming this week. So it's like we've been calling it Sublimation Week.
Yeah.
But it's been like Tuesday, Wednesday, and we were like, let's do an extra day.
Yeah.
Why not? Let's do it. So that's why we're here. We're going to be testing out some sublimating on HTV. This is something that, like, kind of like yesterday's, and I don't know if you, like, saw the beginning of the live stream, but I was just telling them, like, I was very, I don't know, hesitant to do sublimation stickers. I was like, well, what's the point? You know,
I get it, and I feel like I was in the same boat with you. Like, why would you do sublimation stickers? But then the more I got to thinking about it, some of us I feel like most of us here probably have more, like you would be more apt to have an inkjet printer versus a sublimation printer. But there are some friends out there who just have sublimation printers and they don't have inkjet printers.
Yes.
So they still want an option on a way that they can make stickers. This is the way that we did yesterday. Also,
they look good.
they look great.
Yeah, like the saturation is different than with inkjet.
Yeah.
I mean, it's pretty, like, I wish I would have showed a side-by-side comparison of just, like, some of our standard inkjet printer ones. But I did do a waterproof test. So, like, we dipped it in the water. Like, definitely it's not going to smudge. Fading, haven't got to test that out yet. Like, in the sun, that's, like, my biggest worry.
Yeah.
Just because the process of sublimation. But overall, they look really good. And I should have given them a chance sooner.
I should have too.
I'll admit it.
We can admit when we were wrong.
Yeah.
We might have been wrong on that one.
Yes.
We might have been wrong. But it was just hard to wrap my brain around why add another step with sublimation stickers when you can just print and literally cut. With sublimation stickers, you have to print, press, cut. It just that's where our minds were. We just felt like it was an extra step. Yeah. But if you have the capability to sublimate, they do look good.
I mean,
they look really good.
Yeah. So, and then today's project, we were going to do just on black, but we're going to sublimate on different types of HTV. So you brought, what, 4 types in here?
So we have 4 different types of HTV. I'm going to be putting them both on white, 100% white cotton and 100% black cotton. So we're going to test which ones we like the best, which brands. Yeah. Will it sublimate on regular HTV? Hint, I already know the answer, but I want you guys to see what it does. Yeah. It's going to do the same. Today we're using the Caesar brand regular HTV, but I have tested it. It's going to do the same pretty much with any brand. If it's not specific, I'll just show you.
Yeah, and I think it'll be cool for you all to see, because a lot of times we just get a lot of questions about this, like, can I sublimate on any HTV? Can I sublimate on yada, yada, yada? And like, there are things that you need to look for whenever you're picking products that you're wanting to sublimate on. And so we can touch on that, as we go. Like, obviously you can't use this product because there's no polymer coating or whatever. So I think it'll be fun. And y'all love when we test stuff out.
Absolutely.
So that we're kind of excited about that. We're just going to be like winging it, like seeing what happens.
Yep. Just kind of see what happens today. Go with it. I'll show you how I set it up, but I do already have everything pre-cut for you guys. But I really, really think that you all are going to enjoy this, and you're going to learn a lot from it on what you can do, what you can't do. We're going to make the test as even across the board as possible so that there's no factors that play in here or there.
Right.
So I'm really excited to show you guys this.
Yes.
One thing that we have been talking about this week that we want to make sure you all jump in on is the sublimation course. I did a training on Tuesday.
So good.
Talking about like the ins and outs and like really kind of taking it back to the basics with sublimation. And the reason that we did that is because we wanted to let all of our new friends know about it and jump in on this deal, because y'all, we're getting into the last week or so of it being this price. So you can jump in on our sublimation course today. It's $70 off, bringing it down to $127. You get lifetime access to this course. So you get immediate access today, number one, immediate access. Plus you also get lifetime access, and every single update we do, you all are going to get. And y'all, we are doing it may not be, I don't think it's going to be a huge update, but we are adding a lot of files. We are adding a few new classes to our sublimation course and then updating some of our old ones as well. But you are going to get those updates for free because the price is going to be increasing on October the 9th. That's the first day of the new price.
Yeah.
So you have to jump in on this $127 today or sometime within the next couple weeks before that price goes up. Another thing about it is you can do this in 2 separate payments. You do not have to pay it all in full today. You can pay $63.50 today, and then 30 days from today, you will pay another $63.50. So you can really get started with your sublimation journey, even if you don't have your equipment today for $63.50.
That's the biggest thing, I feel like. Because people are always like, well, I don't have my supplies to really start, so I don't want to get the course. But like, we tell you what you need when you get into the course.
Right. It's kind of like knowing everything before you get your stuff. It's it makes this process so much more streamlined.
Yeah.
And I mean, Christmas is coming up. If you want to start sublimating, these are great things to ask for Christmas, like a sublimation printer and things like that.
Oh, yeah.
And then I promise you, by the time you get it, you're going to be, I mean, you may not have sublimated by the time you get your supplies, but you're going to know all the ins and outs. You're going to know what to do. You're going to know how to do it. And then after you do get your supplies, this is one of those things that you can make money with so easy.
Oh, yeah, for
so
sure.
easy.
And it'll be nice for you all to have something to refer back to, like once you do get your supplies, even if you go ahead and go through the course and then you get your supplies and you're like, wait, I need to go back. You can go back into the course. Like Lauren said, it's lifetime access, one-time payment, unless you split it into 2.
Yep.
But you're always going to have this. We'll never take it from you. It's not a subscription. Like, you will have it and own it, and it's yours.
Yep.
So you can kind of work at your own pace, which is really nice because I know a lot of us are busy, especially this time of year. It's very hectic. So I love that it's like one-time fee and you still get all the updates. I'm like, I feel like I'm getting a good deal here.
Count me in.
Yeah, so make sure. And October 9th, you were like, we've only got a couple weeks left. And I'm like, wait, that's in October. And I'm like, wait, October's like literally next week?
The end of next week, yeah.
Okay.
Next week,
well,
end of next
week.
week.
You know, what happened to the 2023?
I mean, your birthday is in 2 days.
Oh, yeah, my birthday. Yep. Oh, yeah.
My birthday. I remember your birthday better than you remember your birthday.
Dana remembered it yesterday, but I think it's funny whenever you start having kids, you like forget that you have your own birthday. Like, were you like that? Like,
No.
I wonder if it like fades away after a few years. I like literally don't even think about I almost forgot my husband's birthday, which was Tuesday. So there you go. That's where we're at. So anyways, I guess we could go ahead and get into it.
I think we need to go ahead and get started.
Okey-dokey.
So here you can see on the table, which I say on the table, I've got my little black shirt back here.
It's little.
It is a little one. I didn't want to go out. Y'all know me. I'm going to try to save money anywhere I can. And this was one that we just already had. Like, who wants to go out and buy a shirt just to test on?
Right.
So this was one, I don't think, Ruby would be the closest one to wear this size.
Still be too big.
So it would still be too big. So we've just got a little baby shirt to test on. And then we have our white cotton shirt as well. Once again, I'm pretty sure this one came from Dollar Tree. So this is what we're going to be testing on today, just 100% white cotton, white and black shirt. We are going to be using 3 different types of vinyl. And let's go ahead and go overhead and I'll show you guys the 3 types of vinyl that we're going to be using. So this is just the Caesar Easy Weed vinyl. This is the one that we're really going to be testing on. This is Glitter HTV. This specific brand is the Cricut Glitter HTV. You can use any glitter HTV you want, but this one that we had in the office, once again, y'all, I was not about to go out and buy new glitter HTV when we already had some. So this is the Cricut brand HTV. And then these 2 that I think you're really going to be impressed with, these are HTV Ront brand HTVs. This one is it's specifically made for dark fabric, and this one is made for white, specifically made for white cotton. But we're going to be putting both of them on the black and the white so you can see the difference and why it's important to get one or the other. And let me just go ahead and show you. This one is the Caesar. I have to feel of it to make sure that I'm right. And then of course the glitter. These 2, like this is the one. This is the just a regular Sublimation HTV is this one. You can see that it's like kind of like a frosty looking HTV. And then this is the one for dark. Now it is curled up just because it did come rolled up in this thing. But this is the one that the HTV are on for black. So you can see it's pretty much just white HTV, except it is made for specifically for sublimation. So those are the 4 types of HTV that we are using today. I just went and grabbed a file, an easy circular file from our website. Let me pull up and I will, because I don't think it is linked down below. But if it is not, we will get that taken care of as soon as the live is over. Sorry, I'm trying to get signed in to our...
And we have lots of cute new files.
Yes,
too,
this is one of the new ones. This is one of the new ones. So let me hop over to our website.
Probably pulled up for me. I was looking at Canada stuff.
It's okay. It's okay. So let's just go ahead while we're here and we'll just go through some of our new files because they are so cute. Like I'm just...
The cowboy Christmas?
I know, I love the cowboy. There's a lot of like Christmas and Halloween in this release, which is great.
Yeah.
I think it's perfect for what's coming up. We've got Halloween coming up. And then we're crafters. We love to prepare for Christmas. This one I think is so cute.
Yes.
I love this one. We're crafters. We prepare for Christmas way ahead of everyone else. But you all can see we have some really, really cute files. I almost did this one. I thought this one was really cute.
What's it say? Keep
positive.
That's cute.
Love that. There were a lot of ones that I wanted to do, but they just were not as simple as the one. And this is just a test, so I didn't want to get too crazy. Tara says, I love the puffy style ones. Yes. And this floral ghost, I must have a shirt with that on it.
It's very cute.
Like, I'm definitely going to be making me a
like
shirt
a
with
printable,
that.
like a printable DTV.
Yes.
Something. Yeah.
On a cream colored shirt.
Yes. I was thinking even like green.
That would be cute.
I don't know. I love that.
I do love that. So the file that we're going to be using today is this one, Bloom Where You're Planted. If you are a new member, just a quick refresher on how to download our files. If you click the arrow right here, it's going to download either on the bottom of your screen or it may download up here in the top right. You're just going to double click and unzip that file. It will then, you can see it in your Finder. Now to upload it into Cricut, we're going to go back to Cricut Design Space. You're going to click Upload. We're going to upload image. You can either drag and drop or you can browse. I do love to drag and drop, so I'm just going to exit out. So we're going to grab this and drop it in here. And then now you can see we have it ready. We are going to do this as a complex because if I'm doing any kind of print and cut, I definitely want it to be complex so that I have every single color in there very beautifully. We're just going to hit apply and continue, and then I'm going to select the print and cut option. Okay? After you've done that, you're just going to grab that and we're going to add it to Canvas. Now, for the test today, I've just resized this to a 4-inch circle. That is the size that I'm going to be doing. And I would have done it smaller, but I wanted to make sure you all could see it really well on the camera. So this is what I have done. I've just resized it down to 4 inches. Now, when you are working with sublimating on HTV, you do have to have, so if you're doing it, let's say you're doing it from Design Space, you do have to have a layer that is going to be your HTV and then a layer that is not. Jill also just asked a good question. Do you ever use anything other than complex? The only time that I ever use anything other than complex would be if I wanted it to be an actual, I just wanted the outline as a cut image, then I don't have to have it very complex on the inside. Right. So that would be the only time that I would not do it complex. Other than that, if I am uploading it as a PNG, as an actual print and cut image, I always use complex.
Same, me too.
If I'm just needing the outline, then I'll do simple.
Yeah. Yeah.
So that would be the only time that I would ever use something that was not complex. So back to here, if you are going to be sublimating on HTV, like I said, you have to have 2 layers. That one layer is going to be what you print and the other layer is going to be what you cut on your Cricut. So if you were not to have a very, let me think about this, because this is one where you don't have to mirror this circle. Right. So let's go back for a minute and let me show you what to do if you have to mirror your image, okay? Because I did not think about that until just now, but that's going to be very important when it comes to working with HTV, sublimating onto HTV. So let's just go back to, let's use this one.
Especially with a non-symmetrical image.
Yes, this is going to be important if you are doing this with a non-symmetrical image. So we'll just do this one, enjoy your day. And this is what you are going to do if you are sublimating onto HTV, okay, with an image that is non-symmetrical. So first step you must do is you must add an offset, okay? We don't want that large of an offset. If you want to, now if you want to leave all of this white, let's say you're sublimating on glitter HTV and you want to see that white border, fine, leave the large offset. But if you do not want that large of a border and you just want it to be very close, my suggestion, come up here to your inches. We're going to delete this out and we'll kind of play around with it. I'm going to start with 0.05 and see how close that is. You can see it's close. It still has a little bit of an overhang. So let's bump it down to 0.03. And that's going to be more of what I would personally want.
Especially on black.
Yes.
On white, it won't matter as much because you won't really see it as hard. But black, you're going to see it a little bit.
So once you have a very small offset, okay, what you're going to do is you're going to click apply. You can now see that you have your print and cut layer and your basic cut layer. This is going to be what we are using. We're doing this one with the basic cut is going to be HTV. This would be your sublimation. From there, what you would do is just make sure you mirror this image. You're going to do it the exact same way when you cut HTV. You're going to mirror that. And then this is also going to have to be mirrored when you send it through your printer. Okay? So does that make sense to everybody? Are we good?
I think so. No one's asking any questions. Just remember like what each, I mean, for me, I just try to remember like, okay, this is my HTV section. I always mirror HTV. This is my sublimation section. I always need to mirror my sublimation. So everything here is going to be mirrored. I just didn't want you all to get confused because like I said, if I were to, like this one, add an offset of 0.03, apply, it's the HTV layer is here. Like I didn't have to mirror that. Which I'm not going to be cutting it because I've already pre-cut everything, but I did not have to mirror this because it was a symmetrical image. But as always, mirror your HTV, mirror your sublimation design. Yeah.
Okay? So that's pretty much it. Yes, it's because you've put the HTV face down on the mat. That is exactly right. And the same with the sublimation. You have to flip the sublimation paper over, so it has to be mirrored as well. So when you pull it up, it's not mirrored.
Right.
So that's all I did. Now I did duplicate this however many times before the test, but you do not have to because you all aren't going to test. It's just me. So that's pretty much the design space work.
That's so easy.
Yeah. That's pretty much it.
And then sublimation is easy in that way a lot of times, especially for like shirts and stuff.
But we're not doing a full tutorial on all of this. We may add a full tutorial later on our channel, but now we are going to be jumping into the test. So let's go ahead and go overhead. And I'm going to set all of these different HTVs to the side so that they are out of the way and not distracting. And we'll start with each individual one on, do we want to start with white or black?
Black.
We'll start with black.
That's
okay.
What I'm most excited about.
So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to, I have a little bit of extra on this side.
Extra.
So I'm going to cut this off here, put it to the side, and then I'm just going to weed out both of my circles. Now, one thing I am going to do is I'm going to apply all of this HTV down with the mini easy press because I don't want one to be worked over more than the other. I want them to have an even shot, so we're going to press all of the HTVs together when we sublimate on them, okay?
Fair chance for everybody.
Fair chance for everybody. So this is going to be Caesar here at the top, and I'm going to set this over here on top of this one. So that's going to be Caesar. We will do it beside the HTV Runt so that we can see them side by side.
Diana says, I have a sticker on my printer that says, Diana, did you mirror your design?
Amen.
Yeah, amen. It's hard to remember sometimes.
Oh, if you all only knew, I wasted so much HTV a couple weeks ago.
You were doing bulk.
I was doing it in bulk and I was in a hurry.
Yeah.
And I just, I wasted a lot.
It'd be like that sometimes.
It do be like that. So the temps and the times are the same. I'm using my Cricut Mini Easy Press. I'm going to use it on a heat setting of 2 for all of these HTVs. Now, if we're looking at, well, this one does not, oh wait, I think there's something inside, like a little piece of paper that might tell you the exact temp and time if you're doing it on a heat press. Let's pull this out and look.
You know, we like to find the little paper that has the instructions on it.
Okay, this one says for the sublimation for dark fabric, it says to cut it on flocked iron-on. I cut it on everyday iron-on. Let me just be clear that this I cut on everyday iron-on and did not have a problem with it, cut fine. This is saying to cut it on flocked. I don't feel like I had to. Anyway, with that being said, it says to
cut it on
flocked iron-on.
Interesting.
Yep. And then this says set your heat press to, oh, it's in Celsius.
Beth is asking, can you use the HP OfficeJet Pro? If it's sublimation ready, if it's a converted printer, then yes. You have to print these on.
What's 150 degrees Celsius to Fahrenheit? Google that.
Oh, lordy day.
If you use the metric system, it's 150 to 155 degrees Celsius. If not,
302. Huh? 302.
Okay, if not 300 degrees for Fahrenheit. And this says that it is a cold peel. This one is a cold peel. I very rarely do cold peels. I know that Caesar is a warm peel. But I'm just using a Cricut Mini Easy Press heat setting of 2 for all of them. Just so we're gonna be even. And then we will do this one. We'll do it bottom left. Once again, cut it on everyday iron-on. Didn't have an issue. No issues with that one. And then my glitter, of course, I did cut on glitter iron-on.
Easy peasy.
Easy peasy lemon squeezy.
Everyone must just be like watching because no one's asking any questions.
They must just be ready to see it in action.
Listen, the 2 circles on the top of this black shirt is giving me Mean Girls vibes. I know I talk about that movie all the time, but it's like the most hilarious movie ever. Whenever they cut the holes in Regina George's top,
yes,
and she like doesn't care, and she wears it out of the locker room, and everyone starts cutting holes in the top of their shirts. Oh my gosh, that cracks me up. Y'all, we were like obsessed with that movie in middle school. We had like, we wore Wednesdays on pink. Or we wore pink. We wore Wednesdays on pink.
You wore Wednesdays on pink?
We wore pink on Wednesdays. We like thought we were the Mean Girls. We probably were. We probably were. I was probably mean in middle school. I can't remember. I grew out of it though.
So what I'm doing now, I'm just cutting this out. Now, most of the time I tell you all, you don't have to use a Cricut or you don't need to use a Cricut to cut out your design. But then again, this might be an instance where you want to if you are doing, but then it's just, I don't know. I have there's a couple different ways that you can put Sublimate onto the HTV. You can do it like the stickers yesterday. You can just straight up take your print and cut image, cut a piece of HTV large enough and just sublimate on it and then put it on. I don't know. There's a couple, I don't know. Because you do have to be really careful if you are working with HTV that you get your design centered on your HTV as best as you can. You know what I mean?
Yes.
So I'm just kind of trying to cut this out. You don't have to. If you trust yourself to line it up perfectly, go for it. But I am just cutting this by hand.
There's always going to be more than, most of the time there's always going to be like another technique. Like you can do it this way, you can do it that way.
There's 20 ways to skin a cat,
Yesterday, if y'all watched the live and you were requesting that I print the Sublimation ink onto the Sublimation sticker paper, I did that for y'all. So if you didn't see in the Facebook group, I posted what it looks like when it prints out, and then I even sublimated it. I just literally sandwiched it in between two pieces of butcher paper, put the press on it, just so you guys could see what happens, and it was awful. It was awful. So just stick to the way that we teach it yesterday if you're wanting to make sublimation stickers, and you're going to get a good result every time. So.
Do you want to cut 4 more of these out for me while I'm...
Yes, ma'am.
There you go. Okay. So now that I've got these 4 cut out, what we're going to do is, like I said, heat press, mini easy press, heat setting of 2. We're just going to make sure that the HTV is down. This one, once again, Caesar Easy Weed right here. This is the actual HTV Ront Sublimation HTV. This is the one that said cold peel, but y'all, you can see warm peel does just as fine. Warm peel does good too. HTV Ront Sublimation HTV. Now here, I want you to look at what this does. You see how this is frosted, but then once you apply heat, the color comes through. So that's going to be, you'll see what happens. Once again, it's adhered. We see that it is adhered. Peel that up. And then we're going to do glitter right here.
So what temp do you put your big press at to sublimate? 385?
I'm going to put it at 380.
380, okay.
Yeah. And there we go. Those are our 4 tester pieces. Excuse me. I sucked down.
Down the wrong hole?
Mm-hmm. Okay. Somebody asked, does the Sublimation HTV feel like regular HTV or is it thinner? It actually feels about the same. This is probably the thinnest, feels the thinnest. It feels a lot thinner than the white. It's like, I don't know how to explain it. It also does very good with stretch, just so you know. Obviously the glitter is gonna feel the thickest. I'd say these 2 are pretty even. However, this one is matte. I do think you can get the shiny, the HTV Ront shiny. This is the matte one. And then, like I said, this is the Caesar. It has a little bit of a sheen to it, but that's okay.
I personally like a matte on a t-shirt. I personally like a matte, period.
So now what we're doing is we are lining these up, and you do want to make sure, so I about did that wrong. I about just like flopped it down and went with it. So this one, bloom where you're planted, it needs to be like that. You can see through the sublimation paper, so it does help when you can see through to your design. And once we have that placed down, I'm just going to grab some heat tape.
I just went ahead and cut them all out.
Okay.
So you got an extra.
Shanked. We're just going to tape this guy down onto our shirt.
Honestly, y'all, even if the edges aren't perfect on this anyways, it wouldn't matter because it's white. Like, do you know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Like, it's not going to show up.
Bloom where you're planted.
But yeah, you could totally just cut them with your Cricut.
The only thing is if you cut them with your Cricut, and let's just say you have letters that are not attached to each other, you will have to tape down, like place and tape down your letters individually.
Yeah, that would be awful.
Just keep that in mind.
Make sure you're flattening your image is what we really want to say.
Yeah. Okay, got that one down. Now we're gonna do the clear one down here. How do you cut the HTV ront? That one is a shiny side down, so the carrier sheet is shiny. So you do place it, oh no, I think that one was off a little bit.
Donna says, so you're not using the spray?
I'm not today.
Not today.
Not just because I didn't want it to affect, I mean, it wouldn't affect, but I'm just
keeping it old school.
This was just, honestly, this was not in a drawer.
Yeah.
It was just not in a drawer. I just go back and forth, y'all. I do love the spray. Don't get me wrong. I love it. This one was just, I could see it. My eyes landed on it first.
Not only that, but like with this one, with the spray, it's like, I mean, you can move it, but you don't want to risk like pulling up any ink or anything. If you need to readjust it with the tape, you can kind of move this around and make sure it's lined up.
Okay. So we have all 4 taped down, ready to go. This is actually on 376. Let's go up, bump it up to 380.
Yeah, that's what we did our stickers on yesterday.
380 for 60 seconds is what we are going to do.
Let's do it.
We're gonna place our butcher paper down to make our butcher's paper sandwich, as I like to call it.
Yes.
I'm gonna lay this guy right, oh, I got a hair. We're going to bring this guy up to the press.
While Lauren is like prepping that stuff, I wanted to let you guys know about this Saturday. Tanner is doing a live workshop, and Sadie dropped a link for it there for you all. It says, listen, I have this argument with people all the time. Is next Saturday the coming up Saturday or like the following Saturday?
It would be this coming Saturday. The way I would have typed it would have been this coming Saturday.
Right, next Saturday
is the weekend after.
Not this one that's coming up.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm glad we're on the same page.
Yeah.
Anyways, I'm just being silly. But anyways, there's a live workshop coming up this Saturday that you all do not want to miss. It is a recession-proof your business. Because y'all know they've been talking about the recession again.
I know.
Listen, we lived through one. I'm an OG. We're OGs. I went to high school and got my car at $5 a gallon.
Real quick, we're going to press this 380 at 60 seconds, and then we'll talk about that.
Okay. Listen, I remember...
Oh, no.
Oh, no. It should be at, like, medium to firm. Was it really tight?
Yeah. Oh, God. That's too loose. There we go. That's it, right there.
That's the only thing about those clamshell presses, because you got to, like, feel it to know.
Yeah.
But anyways, I paid $5 a gallon for gas in high school, and that was like when I first started driving.
I know.
And I remember, like, I worked 23 hours at Chick-fil-A, and I was like, how am I supposed to, I ain't got no money for bills. I ain't got no money. I was like, I literally only have money to drive to work.
Yeah.
Because gas was so expensive. But we would
and
carpool.
I was driving across the mountain. I was driving 35, 40 minutes one way to work at 16 years old.
And then like have to drive to work. Yeah, not a good time. But you know, me and all my friends would like carpool every day if we could, or like we would do, you know, we would have to just figure it out. I was the last one to drive, which was great. Like everyone else already drove. So I just would, you know, hitch a ride with them. But
yes, Cheryl, we are sublimating on darks today, and I'm showing you different options and ways that you can sublimate and kind of like testing to see if it works. Because we always have people ask, well, can I sublimate on any regular HTV, or can I sublimate on that, or can I sublimate on this? Ooh, it's hot. It's hot.
Someone's asking if you need cardstock on the inside of the shirt, and you don't need to do that.
Not with black, because
not with black, yeah.
No, not with black. Now, if you wanted to with white, if in case there was something coming through, you can, but with black, you do not have to. Okay, we're gonna start with the top right. Remember, this was the Caesar. This is the Caesar regular HTV. I already know what's going to happen, but I want you guys to see what's going to happen, because it is important, because we always have people ask, can you just sublimate on any kind of HTV? Caesar Easy Weed is what most of us have, so we're going to find out if you can sublimate on just any HTV.
Let's see it.
Okay, first of all, there you go. That's what it looks like.
I can't see it yet. Oh, okay.
Yeah. And it kind of has like a, no, I mean, it's just, I thought it had like a papery feel to it. It's not. It's just, that's what it looks like.
Like it wouldn't soak off?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so this is what the Caesar looks like. So
that's just Caesar Easy Weed.
That's just Caesar Easy Weed. So can you sublimate on it?
No.
Nope.
Put it in your notes. Ain't gonna happen.
And this is the regular HTV. Or not the regular. This is the HTV Ront for dark. Now, one thing I do want to say, and it might have been the printer, but the colors are off.
Uh-oh.
Look at the screen.
Okay.
Look at that.
Yeah, yeah. It's mainly the background color.
The background color. And that might have just been the printer.
Yeah. Like maybe the ink's low on that color or something.
Yeah. Maybe we'll print. We may print a couple more.
It still looks good though.
Yeah, it doesn't look bad. I mean, compared to, it's what it should look like compared to how it printed.
Right.
But it's not as dark as I was expecting it to be.
Yeah.
So, it does, yes, it does do pretty well. Now, this is what happens if you use the clear on the black.
I have low hopes.
Well, keep them low. That's what happens when you use the clear on the black.
That's the clear Sublimation HTV.
That's the clear Sublimation HTV. You can see that it's...
Obviously it's sublimated, but you're not going to be able to see it on black.
Yeah, because once again, sublimation doesn't have white ink, so you can't have, like the colors are just not going to show through.
Right.
And because that clear shows the color behind it.
Right. And we get a lot of questions about sublimation and like white ink. You can only do that with like a DTF printer.
Yes.
Like a true DTF printer.
Yes.
And that's just like a totally different situation. So.
And then here is the glitter HTV, which actually gave us the best color payout.
Oh, yes. Y'all know that always looks so good though.
Which I don't know. I just love the look of the glitter, sublimated glitter HTV.
Me too. I think it always looks really good.
But I know that not everybody wants or loves glitter.
Right.
So that is what that looks like. Now, I'm going to print this one more time using a different color setting, and I'm going to re-press this probably on the back because I used the color setting with the Sure Color. It was the textile color setting. So I want to do it with the, I think I want to do it.
Just the normal because you're putting it on vinyl, right?
Yeah.
With the color sync.
Yes. I think I want to try that. And we may test some more on the back of this one. Like these two, we're not testing those again. It ain't going to work.
Right.
It is not going to work. But we're going to reprint with a different color setting. We'll cut 2 more of these and we'll test it on the back. Sound good?
Sounds good.
But I still want to keep everything the same for the white. So we're going to use these 4 for the white just because it's all the same color setting. And then we'll print 4 more and do 2 more of these 2 on the back using a different color setting and 2 on the white with a different color setting. Yes. I think that'll be good.
And the glitter is Cricut brand.
Yes, the glitter is the Cricut brand. I was about to say Cricut brand. Cricut brand. Cricut brand. Okay.
And it's not like Sublimation made.
It doesn't say Sublimation ready. It is just Cricut standard glitter HTV.
Yes.
Okay, these are the 4 for the white. This is the extra. We're going to place those over here. We're going to pull our black shirt off the table for just a second. I'm going to go back into Design Space. I'm going to delete these out. I'm going to, we said we needed 4 more, right?
Yes.
So let's do 2 more of the basic and then we will, they're print and cut. Let's change these to operation to basic cut. And then I'm going to duplicate them 2 more. Not 3, 2. Bring them over here. And I'm actually going to change the color of these 2 so that they cut on a different mat because we do obviously have to have a different setting for the regular HTV and the glitter HTV. So, and Cheryl asked, how long would this last on the shirt with the glitter HTV? As long as the glitter HTV holds up, the sublimation is not going to change.
Right, the sublimation is on it.
Right.
Now the HTV, you're gonna have to like wash it on a cold setting, hang it to dry, and follow all of that. But the sublimation ink is gonna stay in that. Like if it peels off, it's gonna peel off. It's not gonna like bleed or anything.
Yes. So we're gonna print these 4 real quick. We'll go to make it. Oh, it's on 8.5 by 14. Could we fit? Actually, let me just put a piece of 8.5 by 14 in there. No, I don't want to use a long mat. We're gonna change it to 8.5 by 11. I can fit 3 of these on a. We'll move it here. I can fit 3 of these, I know, on a piece of paper, but I can't fit 4. So really, it wouldn't have mattered if I would have just left it on 2 pieces of paper.
But then you won't need a bigger mat.
I know. I don't need it. Okay. I'm going to go to, I don't have to mirror. My printer automatically mirrors this. If your printer does not, make sure you hit mirror here. So I'm going to go to continue. We're going to send this to printer. I'm turning the bleed off using system dialog. We're going to print. I'm going to pull this down because it does print up here. I'm using the SureColor F170 series. We're going to go to color matching. See, this is where I did the textiles, but I think I needed to keep it on rigid.
Because you're sublimating on vinyl, not technically on textiles.
Right, so I think I need to keep it. I still don't think I want the Epson color controls because it's going to be super dark.
Yeah.
But I think I'm going to keep it on the general purpose rigid.
I think that'll be good. Yeah.
Yeah. We're going to leave it there, and then I'm going to print.
And someone was asking, can you sublimate on any glitter HTV? I would say
yes.
You say yes?
I feel like I've sublimated on Caesar glitter HTV and it's been fine. It's the glitter that has the polymers in it that allows you to sublimate on it.
Well, the reason that I'm like hesitant to say yes on any is because of your glitter cardstock sublimation ordeal. And we like tried to do it on some glitter cardstocks would work, some glitter cardstocks wouldn't, and it was really whatever the glitter is made out of is what would allow you to do it. So I mean, we know Caesar and Cricut are going to work. Those are going to be your main vinyls you want to use anyways. But like, can we sublimate on glitter Dollar Tree HTV? I don't know. If y'all get some, try it out. Do they have white glitter HTV Dollar Tree?
Oh, I don't know. I don't think I'd try that one.
I feel like it would be a fail, but it could be. Like it could not be also. So polyester is like a cheaper material. So like maybe their glitter HTV has polymers in it.
I think I want to just print this one, just the one.
Okay.
On the color controls, the Epson.
Okay.
Because I'm looking at this and they still look. No, they do look a little different.
Yeah, they do.
Okay.
Yeah, I think that's going to work.
Okay, so we're gonna leave this on rigid print. Perfect. Okay. While that is printing off, I'm gonna hand that to you.
Got it.
Because when we are doing our science experiments, we like to keep all of the controls the same. So we're just gonna start out with our white, and we're doing the ones that we pre-printed, like on the black. So, y'all, do we feel like we need to do another one of the Caesar?
No,
I don't feel like we do.
We know.
I feel like we can do that. We can do away with that one. And really and truly, I want to do the clear.
Yes.
On the white. We definitely are doing the clear on the white. I don't think we're going to do the Caesar again because we know it doesn't work. So let's just start with this. Okay, where are my circles? Here we go. We're putting the Caesar to the side. This is the clear one. Now this is gonna be your biggest hurdle to, or biggest thing to accomplish, thing to do when you are working with the clear. And that is when you place it down on the shirt, it's going to be harder to see, okay? So just keep this in mind. Keep this in mind. So we're going to place the clear up here where that one was. We will do, honestly, like I feel like the white is going to be the same with the same printer settings. So maybe we just do one of those new printed ones on this white so we can look at see the difference.
Yeah.
Okay. How's that sound?
Do it.
That way we don't have to necessarily cut anymore.
Here's those three.
Okay. I think that should be all. I don't think we need to do anything else. Let me see those scissors real quick. Oh. I'm just saving part of this glitter HTV.
Reduce, reuse, recycle.
Yep. We might cut another clear and do another. We'll do the original print on the clear. We'll do the new print on this white and maybe even the new print on the glitter. And we'll see the difference. And then we might cut the clear one more time and do an old print and then a new print of the clear. Okay, so once again, Cricut Mini Easy Press, heat setting of 2, placing this down. You see how it literally disappears into the shirt? Mm-hmm. That's gonna be your biggest hurdle when you're using this clear on 100% cotton, is it's gonna be like it disappears into the shirt.
Yeah. Andrea's asking, how does the white sublimation HTV stand up? Does it wash well? Does it last? I have not personally tested it out. We honestly haven't experimented with it as much, like in terms of washing it and stuff. Mm-hmm. So, I mean, as long as, typically if you're washing any of your HTV items on cold and then hanging them dry, you're probably going to be good. I would not do any type of hot water or hot drying with HTV projects, like for shirts and stuff.
Yes.
Just because the heat causes the vinyl to lift, so.
And another thing you need to be aware of, if it's a solid design like this, then it's going to be, this one I may need to let this one cool down and actually do a cold peel on it after I said, I don't ever do cold peels. If you do a more solid design, know that there's more chances of like this design wrinkling over time and like wearing and tearing. Whereas if you have a design that has multiple pieces to it, it tends to not be as bad, I've noticed.
Right.
You know?
Yeah, me too.
Okay, so the clear is here if you all can see it. Okay, clear, this is the white, and this is the glitter. We are gonna do the clear. This is the old print, the one that we thought was not super bright on the other one before. And I'm going to place it down there and tape it.
Kathy says, I did Cricut glitter last Christmas and it washed great. So that's good to know for those of you that are wanting to do the glitter. I love the glitter, especially right now around the holidays.
Yeah.
It'd be really cute.
This is the new print. This is we used a different color setting with this one. And I put them all on 4 inches, so I'm hoping I printed them all on 4 inches, so that should be right.
Mason's asking about if any transparency film will work. You know that little snowman name ornament you did? Asking if any transparency film will work. Y'all, all transparency films are not created equal. This is like a side note because we've been getting a lot of issues. Like, we've been using this inkjet transparency film on a lot of projects lately. They're not all created equal. And I wish I could tell y'all different like which brands, but the brand we use continues to be sold out. And I have not used another brand. Yes. I haven't used another brand, but like a lot of people are running into like it's not drying and yada yada. So we need to find another brand that works. That's not the one that we've been using.
Clear with the old print that we thought the color was not as good. White with the new print where we think the color is going to be better. Glitter with the new print where we think the color will be better. Okay?
Okay.
Then we are going to come back over here to our heat press. Placing it down. I'm just going to grab my piece of butcher's paper that I used here. Christine says, little confused, is it plain white glitter HTV or a special one? No, this is just your regular standard glitter HTV, not a special one. The reason that it does sublimate over the Caesar brand is because the glitter on the HTV, this one is just Cricut brand glitter, but the reason that it sublimates is because it has the glitter is a synthetic polymer, so it like grabs that color and holds on to it. I have also seen, we just didn't have any white holographic. You can sublimate on white holographic vinyl too. I personally do not like how holographic vinyl washes though. I think it looks terrible after a wash.
Oh, I haven't.
It like wrinkles up really bad.
Oh, I don't like that.
And especially where it's holographic, you can see the wrinkles very, very bad.
You could probably repress it, but like, who wants to do that every time you wash your shirt?
Okay, pressing these 380 degrees for 60 seconds. Can you see the clear easily up close? You can feel it. And yes, you can see it better up close than it translates through the screen. But you can feel it, and it obviously has like a different like sheen to it on your t-shirt. Kim says, what about glow in the dark vinyl? I don't even think we have glow in the dark vinyl.
We have
not glow in the dark white.
We have glow in the dark puff, I think.
Oh, do we?
I feel like I ordered some. I feel like I wanted to.
Geez.
If I didn't, in my brain and heart, I wanted it.
I feel like if we had glow in the dark puff, I would have a shirt in it already.
We need to make some shirts. That's funny.
Let's see. We'll look into that.
Okay, someone's giving us a brand of transparency film. I know this is off topic, y'all. Transparency film is what we've been using for some of our ornaments and stuff. Kathy says I used the Well You for the pumpkin sun catcher and it worked great. Okay, I'm just giving you guys recommendations because I don't know another brand. Like, we only have used the one brand because we got so much of it. So I don't want to like go buy a whole nother thing.
I feel like this was a little hot for that white because I can see the yellowing.
Oh yeah.
Do you see what I mean?
She got a little toasty. Our colors will be off then. But that's okay.
I don't think maybe that yellow will go away on the shirt.
Sometimes it do, sometimes
I mean,
don't.
I don't know if you all can see it in the screen.
It's like a little bit in the screen, but like not bad.
Well, if that's the case, I would probably bump the time, if you're doing a white t-shirt, probably bump it down, or the temperature down to like 370, 375. Should be fine.
Yeah.
But like this white cotton t-shirt, for some reason, it just got turned a little yellow. That might be a cotton issue too. I don't know.
Oh, yeah.
Also, I didn't lint roll. Sorry, guys. Oops. Do as I say, not as I do.
I mean, if we were going to be wearing it, it'd be one thing.
Yeah, like we're not wearing this. Oh, see how much better that looks? And that's with the old one.
I'm waiting for my screen to catch up because I can't see. Oh, yeah.
That was an old print too.
Oh, and the color, the background looks good.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that does, it doesn't make sense why that one looks so white with the old print.
Maybe because it's so black behind it.
I don't know. We're going to find out if
like maybe the vinyl's a little bit transparent.
Okay, no, I just think it's this, I don't know about this sublimation, the vinyl, the HTV Ront Sublimation HTV for dark fabrics. It's just not, that's with a new print.
Oh, okay.
That's with the new print. So you all can see the difference with the colors.
It must be kind of thinnish.
Old print, this was the setting we used for this one, was the Epsom Sure color for textiles. This one was for rigid. This is this same print setting, but on the clear vinyl. And this one, it was supposed to be darker than this.
Yeah.
So if you're doing it on white, clear vinyl is the way to go.
Okay.
Obviously.
Right, it looks so much better.
It looks so good. And it's honestly, it's so thin. Like, if you are sublimating on white,
cotton.
Use white cotton, let me be clear, white cotton. Use the Sublimation HTV from HTV Ront.
Does it feel better than DTV? Or just like similar? Or not?
Similar.
Okay.
I wouldn't say better.
Okay.
I wouldn't say better, but it does feel similar.
Very close, yeah.
But honestly, it feels kind of more secure.
Oh, okay, okay.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
I like that. I really like this.
I'd like to do a wash test.
Would spray like a
poly spray?
Sublimation spray give you the same as clear? Absolutely not.
No.
Unless sublimation spray has come a long way. I do not like sublimation spray, which I've not used it in a couple years, but it was not good when I used it.
Yeah.
Okay, so this is the new print, supposed to be the darker one on the white, or on the glitter. So let's look at the difference. You can see that it is a little bit darker, but not that much darker.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure.
Now I kind of want to use the actual Epsom color sync, or the color controls, the really dark setting, and try it on this one.
Which one is that again?
This is the Sublimation for dark, the white HTV, the white Sublimation HTV, with the actual
to see if it'll make it darker.
To see if it will absorb what it does with the ink.
And put it on the white.
No, we'll do it on the dark.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Okay. We're going to test some more. Okay. Kim says, I tried the sublimation spray on a red onesie and it left white spots all over that would not wash out. Yes. So if you are sublimating on cotton, right now our winners are clear if you're sublimating on white cotton, glitter if you're sublimating on dark or white, either one. Like, so far, I've not been super impressed with this HTV Ront Sublimation for dark.
I mean, like,
it's just not
taking the job done, but it doesn't look good.
It's just not taking the colors like I think it should. It's not absorbing the colors like I feel like it should.
What are we doing the right heat settings? Like, what do the heat settings say for it? Are there instructions? Because I'm wondering, like, are we over sublimating it? Or like overheating it? It doesn't look burnt, so it makes me feel like maybe we're not doing it long enough, or we're doing it a little bit too long.
Let's see.
Kim says, I've tried sub spray on a red onesie and it left white spots all over. That would not wash out. That's awful. The clear is specifically for sublimation. It is HTV Ront clear
for sublimation. So is this white? It is for sublimation.
Yes, it's just not, it's not hitting the mark for us. And like obviously our printer's working because the clear on the white t-shirt looks phenomenal. But it's just like the vinyl is not taking up the ink as well as it should.
See what 200 degrees Celsius is.
Okay.
To Fahrenheit.
392.
So it might not be, the heat setting might not be high enough.
Okay.
So, okay. We're going to print one more time. Actually, we're going to...
Why don't you use one that you already have?
But with a higher heat setting.
Yes, so then it's like more controlled.
Okay.
Because we'll know, like, you can directly compare if it's just the heat.
Right. Okay, I'm going to cut some of this off here. We're going to test to see if it's the heat. If it's not the heat, we've got one other option to try to make this white sublimation work. Oh, I don't have a mat because I didn't think I was going to be
just
cutting.
Cut a square and just put the circle in the square.
You're so smart.
I mean, we don't need it.
You're so smart. At this point, we're just testing. We don't need it to be perfect, you know?
We just want to make sure that, like, it's not our printer and maybe it's just the heat setting. Because you got it at what, 385?
I had it at 380.
And so we're going to bump it up to 392.
Okay. So we're going to move all of this out of the way. I feel like I am absolutely drowning in stuff here and supplies. Mm-hmm. Okay. So I'm going to, y'all, this is not a perfect circle, but I just want to test it. I'm going to test it down here. That way it doesn't affect anything else up there. This is the only thing. Should I do it on the, let me do it on the black.
Yes, I would do it on the black.
I'm going to do it on the black. And I'm going to do it on the back of the shirt. We'll do it up here. We're going to bump our heat press up as well. Okay. That 200 you said was 392.
392, yeah.
It said 190 Celsius to 200. So let's just bump it up to 392. We'll just leave it at that. 60, it said 40 to 50. I think I'm going to leave it at 60.
Okay.
Okay. We're going to take one of our prints.
So we've just adjusted the temperature 12 degrees at this point.
Yep, we're just adjusting at 12 degrees. See if that has any, if it is our printer color settings, just so you guys know, if you decide to do this.
If you do,
then you'll know to adjust your color settings if you have to use the white or if it's the temperature thing. So we're gonna try it on this.
Steffi is saying, for HTV vinyl, I use 392, press for 20 seconds, cold peel, and to sublimate it's 350 for 40 seconds. She had to write it down. That's how she...
So a lower temp?
A lower temp for the sublimation process, but a higher temp to apply the vinyl. So 392 to apply the vinyl.
Well, and the vinyl's already applied, like it's not an issue.
Okay, and then so she's saying 350 for 40 seconds for the sublimation process. Well, let's just test what we're thinking now. Okay. If we have a bad result, we can try the 350 for 40 seconds.
Okay.
Because a part of me was thinking that we were over sublimating it, and that's why it was so light. But I don't know.
It says 190 on the page. It says 190 to, and I don't know where it went. It said 190 to 200 degrees Celsius. Mm-hmm. Sublimate 40 to 50 seconds.
Okay.
So we'll just go with 40. We won't even do the 60. We'll go with 40.
Okay.
So we're at 392. We're doing it for 40 seconds.
Okay. We are fitting to find out.
And then if that don't work, we'll bump it down to 350.
Why not?
And try it for 40 seconds. It's just the only reason that I have issue with that is because sublimation requires a certain level of heat to activate the ink. So that's why I'm just like, I don't
350
know.
seems so low.
350 seems so low to sublimate on.
But we're also sublimating
if it works,
on vinyl. We're sublimating on vinyl.
If it works, then it works.
Right.
40 seconds. Okay. Oh. It
looks better. Well, from what I could see. I gotta look overhead and see what happens.
I don't know.
What do you think? I'm not caught up yet. It also says heavy pressure.
Yeah, that was pretty heavy.
Was it?
Yeah. I'm just not 100% sold on it.
I'm not either. But that one looks better to me still.
It does look better.
So we did it less time, higher temp.
Mm-hmm. Now I want to see what it looks like with the 350 for 40.
I know. Let's try Steffi's settings. I feel like she seems confident.
Yeah. So I'm going to try her settings, which was 350 for 40. Let's bump
I
this
don't know.
down.
A lot of people are mentioning like maybe because it's the cool pill when you peel the vinyl transfer off. I don't know that that would affect the sublimation at all. But I mean, you could cool peel this next one just to humor, you know. And she uses we're using A-sub paper, Steffi, so
yep, we are
there.
using A-sub paper. Yeah. We have printed on A-sub paper. Let's see. Where did I just cut off that big old piece of that vinyl? What happened to it?
Oh, Lordy.
Who knows? We'll just cut off another piece, I guess. It's fine.
If y'all are still here, you're the real MVPs.
But
this is what we do when we're in the craft room. This is like, welcome to a work day at Maker's Gonna Learn. Yep. This is what we're doing.
If you want to know what we do during a work day, it's stuff
Except
like
we're
this.
completely silent and not talking to each other.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm gonna wait for this to heat up. Then we're gonna apply this down.
Okay. Angela, compare the dark sub HTV on the black, front and back.
Okay, so this was the settings we just used. Let me move the white. This is the settings we just used. Can you all see the difference there?
I can't see. Sadie, can you see it? Oh, yeah.
So this was 380 for 60 seconds. This was 392 for 40.
Which I think is better, wouldn't you say?
The 392 for 40 is better, yes.
I'm making a note of it in my phone.
Okay.
And as should you all.
As should you.
392 for 40 seconds.
We'll just do it here, it's fine.
Unless Steffi's recommendation is better, we're going to deem this the Steffi technique if it does work.
Yep, this is the next one. We're going to test 350 for, and I'll wait and I'll peel this cold in a minute. It's very hot right now, so we'll wait, peel it cold, see if that has an effect.
Sometimes, like, the most silliest thing that we would think wouldn't matter actually does matter.
I know.
And so that's why I'm like, maybe we should be cool peeling it. Steffi says, oh, Lord. The Steffi technique. Pressure. She's feeling pressure. Listen, this might work, and then we have found the best way to, you know, because we, like, I don't want to say, like, we don't like that product because it didn't work because we literally didn't follow the directions.
This is the only thing I don't like about a cold peel.
Because it, like, pulls.
Yeah.
I know, it makes me nervous.
It does make me nervy. Okay. This way. Lay this down. Also, if you all are wondering this is stuff like this is what we do to when we were creating the sublimation course. We were test everything, make sure we get the right settings for you guys so that when we put the classes and everything together, there's literally no guesswork for you guys.
Right.
So if you are wondering if you should hop in on that sublimation course, obviously you can see here, we don't just blow stuff out our hind end. We actually test it to see what works and make sure you all know and understand that.
Yeah, we're not gonna just be like in our course, yeah, it didn't work for the first time, so we just kind of gave up on it, and you guys shouldn't use that product.
Yeah.
You know, we're just not going to let it live it down. Honestly, we probably do too much testing. If
actually, because I press the other ones on the front all at the same time, I'm going to place a piece of this carrier sheet over top of this other one so that it doesn't like stick to the butcher's paper, you know what I mean? So that the HTV doesn't melt to the butcher's paper. Okay, $3.50 for, what'd she say? 40 seconds. Okay, this is $3.50 for 40 seconds.
All right.
This is what's, let me.
Heavy pressure.
I'm gonna do it just a little bit heavier, but I don't know how much heavier I can get.
Do we get yellowing from the tape? We don't, and a lot of people say that, but I have not.
I never have gotten yellowing from the tape.
Now, I'll say when I first started sublimating, I would, because I would burn the crap out of my sublimation projects, but we teach you guys how to not do that in the course. So when I first started doing sublimation, I was doing it wrong, and it would like burn the yellow into the, but they have blue if you feel like that's an issue, but the tape we use is usually good, so.
Okay, we're about 3 seconds away. Here we go.
Here we go. Jury's in.
Now that one you can see, look, because I did re-sublimate, like I was sublimating this side, we did have some ink come out of that. Yeah.
Oops.
Can you see it?
Yeah.
So we did have some ink come out of that. I mean, I can't tell now because we had ink come out of this side.
I can't see, I haven't seen the new one yet. I mean, like, just looking at it in my brain, that looks like the best version that we've had so far. Like, just seeing it initially, like, my initial thought is that looks pretty dang good.
But the only issue that I have is it's not consistent.
Right.
Do you all see the inconsistencies right through here? Like, it looks like little white spots.
So that makes us think that it I don't know, not sublimated enough.
Look, see what you think up close. Which, like I said, that when I did sublimate that side, it did take some of that ink off of there. So, like, I don't know.
Well, I'll just say the clear on the white's my favorite.
Yeah, I'm just going to go ahead and say it.
The white glitter on the black's my favorite. If you don't want glitter, just get you a test shirt and see, because your press is going to be different than our press.
It is.
It's going to do better. Like, Steffi's technique probably works really well for her heat press, and like for me, it's hard to know now because like this one is different, but like I feel like the last technique we did, the 350, I'm sorry, the 390 for 40 seconds was probably our best one.
Yeah, just because now the 350 for 40, it did work and it looks great.
Yeah, it does.
But it's just like those small
the little white dots.
Yeah, that's the only. Do y'all see? And that could be a me problem. I don't know. Once again, we're not looking at this side because ink come out of that side. There was ink that came out of that.
It definitely looks like more vibrant to me.
It does look more vibrant though.
Except the white. So y'all, whenever you get products like this, if it's something that you want to use often, like get your heat settings down right, get you a test shirt, test everything out, and write notes. Like I always say, take notes on your heat settings for sublimation because it's so hard to remember.
Yes. Dawn asked, do we write all this down? Yes, we do. We do take notes. We have a notebook that we keep all of our notes in when we test. Now, I have worked with this one before, and I love this technique for white cotton shirts.
Yeah.
This is I'm just gonna be real honest. The first time I've ever worked with this HTV Ront for sublimation, this is the first time I've worked with it. I've never worked with it before. And I'm just gonna tell y'all, I'm not 100% sold on it.
Yeah.
I'm not sold. It might be one of those things where, you know what, I'm gonna do one more test.
Okay.
One more test for you guys. I think we're gonna see if this changes it. I am gonna do it on the white shirt just because I have more room on it.
Okay.
And we're gonna try one more thing. And this is for those that may have, if you have a Epson SureColor printer, I'm taking the bleed off. We're using System Dialog. We're gonna keep it on this Epson color control.
So it will print darker with this control typically.
With this control and this printer, it prints a lot darker, okay? I'm gonna bump. Do I leave it on the 350 or do I bump it up?
Just leave it.
Leave it on the 350.
Yes, because the colors were good. The colors were really vibrant, I feel like, on the last one. I don't know. Yeah, just leave it. I would leave it. 350 for 40 seconds.
Hold on. We're just going to...
They're so close, in my opinion. Like, the results of the last two that we did with the heat and time settings, like, they're just so close.
Okay, you all can see that this clearly prints out a lot darker, okay? Mm-hmm. Clearly prints out so much darker. So it may be one of those that if you do use this Sublimation HTV that you just automatically know you're gonna have to, your colors are gonna have to be darker.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna be able to fit two on there. It's okay. And then, I can't believe I can't find that, because I did cut a big piece off. I just don't know where it went.
It's okay.
It's okay. I'm doing 2 more tests, guys. 2 more. And then we'll be done. Okay. And we're gonna, no, we can't press them both at the same time because I'm doing different. Okay. So one corner, I'm gonna make sure they're opposite corners. Laying this down. Okay. This side's going to be 350 for 40 seconds with the color, with the darker colors.
Patrick said he just DM'd you back.
Okay, perfect.
Thanks.
Tell him Patrick, I will get back to you very soon.
I'm trying to see. Sorry, I was off the comments.
We're testing.
We're testing.
We get really quiet when we test, guys. So sorry.
Yes.
Okay. This corner is going to be Epson color controls, 350, 40 seconds, heavy pressure.
Okay. This is the darker print.
Darker print.
Steffi's technique.
This is Steffi's technique, and then we're going to bump it up to the 392. Okay.
If it doesn't work.
Huh?
If it doesn't work.
No, I just think I want to bump it up to the 392. I'm going to try them both.
Okay. And both for
40 seconds.
Okay.
So 2 different temperatures, 40 seconds apiece.
Okay. We are fitting to find out, people.
Yep.
So far, we know that the clear HTV Ront works really well on the white. That was a winner on the white for sure.
Yes.
And then the glitter, white glitter, works really well on the black. Those are our top 2 contenders right now. And really, we're just trying to see how well we can get this HTV. That's pretty, but it's dark.
But it's closer to what that color was on there.
Can you show us again on Design Space?
Here are the colors in Design Space. Can they see that, Sadie? Are we share screen? Okay, colors in Design Space, then go overhead to that one. Once again, with the 350, my issue are the little white areas for some reason. I don't know if that has anything to do with the temperature.
Is it the lint rollage?
I wouldn't think so. It's not.
It's because on top of the vinyl. So it shouldn't be the lint, is what I'm saying.
Okay, so we're going to bump it up to the 392.
It's like giving it a distressed look or something. The colors look really good, though, in my opinion.
Okay.
Like the best they've been.
So we know that if we use this, it has to be with the, if you have an Epson Sure Color printer, you have to use the Epson Color Sync for this HTV.
Okay, putting it in my notes.
Now, if you have something other than an Epson Sublimation printer, an Epson Sure Color, if you have an Eco Tank, we're not using that right now, so I don't know what the color profile would need to be. That's where you'll just have to go in there and manually adjust those color profiles, which we teach you how to do in the Sublimation course.
So that last one was HTV Ront, white, Sublimation HTV.
I wouldn't take down that note yet until we see what the 392 for 40 seconds looks like.
But what was the print settings?
The Epson Color Controls.
Epson
Color Controls.
Okay, that's what I was trying to remember.
Okay. And we're not going to mess, we're not putting this one under the heat, that side under the heat press so that it doesn't pull those colors back out like it did on the black one. Okay. Now, we're going to have to give it a minute.
It's not heated up yet.
And we're not heated up just yet.
Well, if you missed our spiel at the beginning, we are having a price increase on the Sublimation course starting October 9th. This has been a long time coming.
Yeah.
And so we wanted to let you all know that we are offering you guys $70 off of the Sublimation course. So if you liked what you saw today, we basically do this behind the scenes and then teach you all the correct stuff. So if you get into the Sublimation course, like we've already done all of this work for you and consolidated it into one course. And listen, we have exclusive files for the Sublimation course, which is amazing. One-time purchase. So it's not like a subscription. You pay for the course and you get all of the updates that we update like next year or the year after or whatever. And you all are going to get those after the one-time purchase, which I think is amazing.
Yep.
So
plus, we waste our money so you don't have to.
You're welcome. So funny. Listen, and like we can sit here and test until we're blue in the face, test, but it's really, y'all are going to have to get in there and test it out yourself too sometimes. Like we can only guide you for so long because you all aren't necessarily going to have the same printer as us. You're not going to have the same heat press. Your t-shirt might be from a different brand. You know, like there's just so many variables when it comes to sublimation. And that's why we always say, if you find something in sublimation that works really well for you, marry it. Like if you find blanks you love, marry those blanks. Like that way, everything is kind of a little bit more controlled. And so, okay,
this is $3.92 for 40 seconds.
Okay.
Which is what was recommended
on the
stuff. Yes.
Okay.
Donna said, you know, I just realized that the files in the Sublimation course are not available in just the membership. No, they're not. Sublimation course files are specific to Sublimation, but you can use files within our membership for Sublimation. Like this one, for example, is a membership file.
Right. Yeah, the images, the Sublimation images we have are so pretty.
Yeah. We do a lot of patterns and like swatches as well.
Yeah.
In the sublimation course. Okay, this is the 390.
She was toasting. I saw the smoke come off.
She was toasting, but she's not as yellow. The shirt is not as yellow as I was expecting it to be. Oh yeah, nope, that one's it.
Okay, let's.
For us, at least.
I can't see it yet. Sorry, guys. Oh yeah. Okay. What do we want? 392.
392 for 40 seconds. Epson color controls.
Got it. I got it all down here.
That's if you are using the Sublimation, the HTV Ront Sublimation HTV for dark fabric. I know we're doing it on white, but really and truly, it's just white HTV that you can sublimate on.
That's right.
That's all it is. That is all it is.
I love it.
So, also, let me just go ahead and say, we have also used the Caesar Easy Subli before.
Yes.
And it is really good. Mm-hmm. There is a video on our channel using the Easy Subli from Caesar.
Yeah.
You don't have to, and that's the reason why I didn't bring that one in today, is because we already have a video on our channel using that.
Yeah.
You can do that on dark shirts. So,
yes.
This is just a test for you guys. Thank you, Kim. You do not have to do that, but we appreciate that.
Fancy.
Oh, yeah. So, yeah, favorites. Let's do a recap.
Okay.
Favorites for sublimating on white cotton is the HTV Ront Clear.
Yes. 10 out of 10.
Top dog.
Yes.
My favorite for white. My favorite for black, I'm gonna go with the glitter HTV just because I feel like it gave us the best payout without having to manipulate so much.
Like we didn't have to work that hard for it.
Yes.
It looks good on the first shot.
It looked good on the first try.
Yeah.
Didn't have to work hard for it. It was great. Now, like I said, the HTV Ront for dark, you're gonna have to play with your color profiles because it did not give us the best color profile just out of the gate.
Yeah.
So it's one of those things, I don't know. Once again, like I said, Caesar Easy Subli is another option.
Yeah.
It's pretty much white HTV for sublimation.
Right. That's what it's meant for.
Yeah.
So.
But like I said, we do have something on our channel. We have a video on our channel using that. Go check that out if you want to. Honestly, I would have brought some in, but I just couldn't find it.
There's no telling.
I couldn't find it.
We've been purging the office.
We are.
Out.
We spent all day yesterday cleaning, getting consolidating.
They're having pregnancy symptoms. They're nesting.
We're not pregnant, but we're nesting.
I am. It's like secondhand. That's hilarious. We've also been doing this at my house. Like we cleaned here today, and then I sat in my kitchen floor and like organized my entire kitchen last night. So
yeah,
you know, it's just spreading throughout. So
one of those things.
Yeah.
So like I said, sublimating on cotton is possible. We had some friends say something about using sublimation spray. We have not found a sublimation spray that works.
I know.
If you're going to sublimate on cotton, get HTV that you can sublimate on.
Yes.
I think that is the best bet for you guys.
Yeah.
I think it's going to give you the best color payout. It's really hard to sublimate on. I mean, black is one of those colors. We love a good black t-shirt. It's possible to sublimate on it, as you can see. But honestly, if I were having to create black t-shirts, I would create my design using your MGL files or whatever, and then I would just order DTF prints, if it was me, from an Etsy seller and be able to send them my designs that I've created.
I know. I like the DTF transfers a lot. So personally, and we have shirts that we have like done DTF transfers on versus non-DTF. And our DTF transfer shirts, like, it's holding up. It ain't coming off in the dryer.
Yeah.
Like, it's not. It feels such good quality. So, But that's like a whole nother spiel for another day.
Yeah.
So
Diana said she used a spray on wood and it worked great.
Oh, okay.
Now that would probably be different because I feel like the wood would like absorb that, and it probably would. I like using laminate sheets on things like that.
On wood stuff.
But maybe that's something I need to try, is the spray on the wood.
Yeah, that's interesting. I hadn't even thought to do that.
Yep. So yeah.
All right.
That is our little testing live for today. Make sure, if you think that this was fun, like what we do in the sublimation course for you guys, like we don't do testing. We don't have like testing videos, but this is just a small glimpse on how we prepare the videos in the course. We find the right color profiles, we find the right products, we find the right temperature settings, so that when it comes to you all creating those things, you don't have to go through this.
Right.
So we've done so much testing, spent so much on the blanks and things like that, making sure we get it right, ordering different supplies, making sure that we get the supplies right. So I'm telling you, the course is worth it if you are wanting to start sublimating.
Absolutely.
So,
all right.
If you all don't have any other questions, we will be back with you all
next Tuesday.
Actually, if you want to recession-proof your business,
we'll see you on Saturday.
We'll see you Saturday.
Yes.
Make sure that if you do have a craft business and you want to get started, or you maybe want to get started crafting, but you don't want the recession to affect that, because y'all, the economy, it ain't the best right now.
It's always wishy-washy.
I know.
It's very moody.
It's a very moody girl. But anyway, if you want to learn how to recession-proof your business, or you want to start a business even through this hopefully not a terrible recession, but if you want to start a business and it be successful, make sure you hop in. $27. Tanner will be teaching you all. It's a workshop on Saturday. He has some amazing stuff planned.
And I think there's limited spots, and like they were almost full this morning. I'm pretty sure there was like very limited spots left this morning, according to what he said. So
yes. So make sure you hop in on that. If not, we will see you